Hey, this is Spanner from the Spanner and Riggs Show. We're here with another unbelievable episode on Spanner and Riggs. A little different this week. We went a little Minot State hockey. Women's hockey. We got Grace Perry from the Rain State out there, the state of Washington out there. And we've got Riley Ball, Bismarck's own Riley Ball, kind of North Dakota royalty over there. That's a great North Dakota high school player playing for the Minot State Beavers. They're going to talk to us a little bit about their journey, their upcoming journey to the first national championship for Minot State hockey. Riggs and I think it's coming. Here it goes. Hey, here we go. A little college segment on the Spanner and Riggs. We haven't done the college segment in a few weeks, but we're here with Minot State Beavers girls hockey, a new dominant team on campus now, right?
Absolutely.
Going to nationals, going far in nationals. Every year. Riley Ball, Bismarck's own, and Grace Perry from Seattle, Washington, home of the Seahawks and Mariners. I don't know about those teams, but
Kraken. Throw that in there too. New one.
Sounders in there, right?
Yeah.
No Supersonics though; they're gone.
No.
But so hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So first off, tell us a little bit about your hockey program. And Wade's here is telling me you guys have serious hockey royalty now as your new grad assistant, right? Tell us about your assistant. Tell us about your program, and maybe recruits out there want to hear about this assistant coach.
Yeah, we have a new assistant coach coming in, so we're really excited to meet her. She's not in town quite yet, but she's from Canada, just like the majority of our team are. So everybody's like really excited to meet her, and the Canadians especially.
Absolutely. No, you girls are, obviously there's no secret for a lot of people. We're only 45 minutes to the Canadian border. Even in my time coaching the men's program, it was very easy to get a lot of Canadians. But we got two Americans, and touch on both of you guys on your path to Minot State. Especially for you, Riley, being a local girl to come north. I'm assuming you had opportunities, potentially Division III, or had headed east. And then Grace, coming from Washington, tell us your story of what led you to Minot State.
For me personally, so I grew up playing hockey in Washington, and female hockey over there kind of started to decline and become next to nothing. So for us over on the West Coast, up in the Pacific North, we had to find other places to play if we wanted to end up playing in college or do something with our careers. So for my, sophomore year of high school, I ended up going up to Manitoba. I was in a small academy called Pilot Mound Hockey Academy. So I was in this small town, and I played there for about 3 years. And then I ended up down here. I was going to go to some different schools, but faced some injuries and just found that this place was the best for me. It made me the happiest, and I really love the area and the girls here.
For me, getting to Minot State, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even know that this was an option or that they had a program, and I only played 100 miles south. And to me, that was honestly like, whoa, I could play really close. And I, of course, talked to schools out on the East Coast, D3, but when it got down to it, I compared prices and stuff, and I was like, well, it's really only 100 miles away. Like, why not just go here? It's not expensive, hometown, or home state. So honestly, that's how I ended up here. And another girl from my hometown actually committed before me. So she kind of convinced me to come here.
So I want to talk to you a little bit about Bismarck and Minot, because, when you look at the population, it doesn't seem that Bismarck's that much bigger. And I drive down there, I'm doing the Spanner rigs on the road all the time. When I'm driving around Bismarck, it seems massive compared to Minot. Tell me about Minot and as a college town, and then compare it to Bismarck, your hometown or whatever, things you miss or things you like here. I went to University of Utah, And every time I end up in Salt Lake City, I got to go to Scone Cutter. Used to go there like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you get this honey butter cinnamon scone. It was like the greatest thing that ever happened to me in college, you know. But tell me just a little bit about the two, and then we'll ask another question here to Grace.
Well, Bismarck, for starters, has the river, so I'm always on the river. That's one thing I do really miss back home, but I get back home quite often. Bismarck for sure is bigger, and you don't realize it until coming here. To drive from one end to town in Minot is way quicker than in Bismarck, and Bismarck's growing like crazy. So I kind of like the smaller town, and the class sizes here are super small, so the teachers really get to know you, and it's just like an awesome community. I mean, all the athletes know each other, and everybody like clicks, and it's been awesome here. In Bismarck, you know, there's no program for women's hockey, or I probably would have ended up there. So yeah, it was just kind of close to home, and I've loved it so far. I mean, it is awesome here, and the girls that are here are totally awesome, and we all have a really good time here.
Grace, what's your the college town portion of Minot? What's your favorite part?
I'd say for the college town, Minot really just has everything you need. Like, you got a Target, you got a Walmart. The campus is in a great area. It's pretty private. Again, the athletes here, like, it's a huge family dynamic. You know, everyone knows everyone. And I just say the whole community just coming together throughout different events since I've been here.
Absolutely. Time to ask some meat and potatoes questions. I have watched this program evolve from when it started with, as Riley said, you didn't even know they had a program, and they really didn't, to where it's evolved to now. I mean, part of athletics, you know, a lot of work that obviously Ryan's done a great job getting the finances in order and all those type of things, to a team which was much like our men's team, which is it's championship or bust. These girls probably don't like to admit it publicly, or it's probably not part of the DNA. Maybe it is, but to me it is. It is. You guys are there to win. You're good enough to win every year. And for whatever reason, there's a Liberty block. There is a Liberty block. And I want to know, what's it going to take to get over it? Because we know, I watched you girls, I mean, battling with Midland every year, and Adrian, and just trying to get over that, just trying to get over and get to play Liberty. But what's it going to take? Because honestly, guys, on paper, you guys are just as good. If you look apples to apples, you guys are just as good. But what's it going to take? What are a couple of adjustments that you guys now, year 3, for you guys to be able to get through there? And what's it going to take for you guys to get through the hump?
Well, I mean, we don't see Liberty often, because they're so far away. So I think like even this year we see them, we go there. So I think even just playing them beforehand and not just seeing them at nationals or the conference tournament is going to help us like a lot, because we never see them and then we play a game, and of course they always seem to get us. But I feel like if we play them more during the season, I think we'll end up getting them in when it matters in conference and the nationals.
I think it's also breaking that stigma that they carry and just coming together as a team, relying on each other and not going into the game as individuals, and just sticking together and getting through it, because at the end of the day, teams win games.
You know, one thing I always used to do, and wherever we had to get over a Cleveland State hump, we had to get over the Mankato hump, all those years, Santa Rosa back in the day in California, whatever, I'd put together videos, like maybe 30 minutes of video. I'd go through film of whatever team we couldn't get over, and I would leak it in our breakdowns in the team room or whatever, right? And I would leak at the end of it. I'd go, look at this, and I'd leak mistake after mistake after mistake. Yeah. And you have to go through a lot of footage to find mistakes on those teams, but I would just leak mistake after mistake, and I'd say, oh, thank good. And then the next week, they're not that good. I'd leak that stuff until it got into the kids' heads. When they got to the game, they're not that good. And sometimes when it's a mental block, it helps out a little bit, but that was just a little thing I used to do with my teams throughout the year. because that that big bear is usually looming, right? That bear's looming for you guys. So maybe when you see him early on, you guys could put together some film and make it happen.
And I'll admit too, I watched every one of your guys' games probably for the last, I don't know how many, 5 years, basically since Minor took over the program. And you got to get a little bit of puck luck sometimes. And it just seems like there's, it's, like, and then watch them in the regular season, like dominate Midland. And then all of a sudden it gets to Nationals and it's, sometimes a couple deer in the headlight type of, and it happens, all athletes. And then it's, either with Lindenwood or, or whatever. But I got full confidence. You guys got to be year 3. I think you guys got to be kind of, sick and tired of the, getting so close, expectations. And I know you guys always recruit well in terms of that. So I hope.
But the team's getting older now.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I mean, you got kids on the team now that have been there and now they're going into their junior year. And I'm going to tell you, it makes a difference. And when you guys become seniors, it makes a bigger difference. Like the jump from freshman to sophomore is big. Sophomore to junior year, not as big. Junior to senior year, it's massive. You start taking chances physically, and like when you get to the tournament, because you only have a few games left, and just little plays start being made that, as you guys get older, you guys are going to start playing downhill in some of those games that were in your mind before. But so, number one question I have for you guys is, you guys are a club, and I'm going to give you guys like 30 seconds to kind of pitch and tell all the viewers, like, how much fundraising do you have to do? What is your big fundraisers? You need this game at Liberty to maybe make a run at a national championship. It's you're traveling all the way over there. It's a big game. How much fundraising do you guys do? And what can Spainer and Riggs do to help further this cause for you guys?
Actually, since we're part of the school, we don't have to do any fundraising, which is super awesome.
Well, I had to do fundraising. We were like conference champions.
I know. So did we.
What the heck's the deal with that?
Oh, you girls are pretty fortunate.
You guys are
Has it always been like that? Or did you?
I mean, we do like volunteer, but I mean, sometimes we get paid for that. Other times, no. We just kind of, we love to volunteer because we get to see the community. It's really fun. We don't have to, we're fortunate enough to not have to fundraise, which is super nice because we are so busy how it is.
Wow. Holy smokes, man. We were, let me tell you right now, we'd go to the State B and I'd have girls in the parking lot from morning until night parking the cars for the class beaters. They park crazy all over the place. I've never seen that. They'll get a car parked here, car parked here, car parked here, car parked for a quadruple park. But not only that, my girls would clean the dome after round the first section and then the second section. There'd be like dirty diapers and crud all over the dome. 10,000 people in the dome. And then and we also did all the ushering. And we sold the programs. So we would have 33 girls. We'd have girls' parents. We'd have girls' boyfriends working just to fundraise for the program. So I don't know what's going on. Minor State got rich or something in the last couple years. But second question, more important, I think, for viewers. I want to know the most awesome play, most memorable play for each of you as Minot State Beavers. Finesse through and you scored a goal, you split someone up over the wall into the benches or what.
You can tell kind of, you understand some of that physicality happens in hockey, of course.
Hey, I'll tell you this, as a soccer coach, I believed in intimidation and physicality. I like kids that hit. I like to hit when I played football. That's just how I coached. I believe sometimes you can win a game, or no, let me say that. You can win 2 games in 1 game. In the girls' game, if you light some people up, you might win the next time you play them before you even step on the field or ice. But go ahead, tell me your most awesome moments.
Well, now that you bring up like being intimidating, I have kind of a funny story for you. We were playing at home against Colorado State. It was just a complete mess of a game.
Rams.
In the third period, I think it was, some girl I can't remember exactly what happened. Anyway, she got a penalty, and I knew she was going to get kicked out. So I heard the ref say, "You're out of here, you're out of here." So I just opened the door up for her and skated away, and there she went. And everybody loved that story because I opened the door up for them.
That's hilarious.
Well,
That'd be a Brent Skirring brawl on the guy's side.
that's like, I was just going to say, that'd be like maybe me doing a bat flip when I played high school baseball, but I never hit a bomb, so I could never actually do the bat flip. But go ahead there, Gracie. What do you got for us?
Oh, well, since I've gotten here, I've been battling a couple injuries, one pretty big one. So I've played, how many games do you think?
What, 3, 4?
Yeah, I've probably played 3 or 4 games since I've been here because of my injuries. I've had some pretty bad luck. But if I were to say something, for I think it was like my second game back, I had a really good game, and I got the hard hat, so that's like the MVP of the game. So I'd say just the whole game, it was pretty big. I was off for, I don't know, about 2 years, so it was pretty cool to come back and finally feel like I was back in my groove.
Yeah, we were all so excited to see her out there. It was just like, oh my gosh, she's finally out there.
Yeah, I actually play hockey.
So her most awesome moment is making it through a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My last question to you girls is, I have seen an awesome transformation of girls hockey and the growth of girls hockey. Back even when I played in the late 90s, there'd be like one girl and they always had to play with the boys. There just wasn't enough girls. To now you're seeing, like here in Minot, there was like a U10 team.
Did you say U12. 90s or 70s?
90s.
Oh, come on.
I'm 10 years younger than
Oh,
you.
yeah, sure.
But honestly, and I'm sure for you girls, I mean, obviously you've had to go to certain sections, but you have to admit that the growth of girls hockey is so much better now than it was probably 10 years ago. And then why is that? Is that just the success of USA Canada, at Olympics, which obviously we all know that rivalry runs deep. But also, is it just like now we're talking about trying to get those female professional leagues, which should be just like WNBA, where they're connected to the NBA and then there's proper funding and you'll get that off the ground. But girls, what's your opinion on why you've seen more and more growth for girls hockey?
For me personally, I think it's because of, like you had mentioned, the USA and Canadian national teams. That's definitely a huge part. And I think the NCAA recently has really stepped up to bring some, I guess, more light on female sports in general as a whole. And I feel like that helps so much. But like looking back now in Seattle, there's many more opportunities for females to grow up playing, and they can play until they go to college. And the programs are way more organized and put together, whereas when I was that age, they weren't. But yeah, I think honestly, just from female sports has been so much more, I guess, generalized as of late. And female hockey really just falls under that bubble.
Yeah, I also think, to add to that, women's hockey is being televised way more than it ever has. And
Absolutely.
I think that is a huge thing to help other little girls that are just, curious about different sports to try them all them out.
I watch every USA Canada game.
Oh, it's unbelievable, that rivalry. It's awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, like, I'm an old school sports guy, and I don't miss those games. When they're playing for the gold or world championships, I'm not missing.
Yeah.
So we're twinning today. I noticed that little twinning going on there. Yeah, show that
accidental.
Yeah, I totally
accidental. Sure.
Probably told them to put on something minus.
I came in here and I'm like, what are you wearing?
I have a long sleeve on though. She has a short sleeve, so we got that.
See the guns. I want to see the guns.
Yeah.
Show us your guns. You got a short sleeve. Yeah, look at that. Gun City. That's a gun show.
We're working hard.
So, but I want to know, explain the equality on your shirt. Tell us what it means to you guys, or why you guys put it on your shirts, and how it came about. What's it about? Tell us.
Actually, I'm a part of a club at Minot. It's a Diversity and Inclusion Club. And so we got together and started just talking about different things that we wanted to see on campus. And the shirts got brought up, so we had different logos going through. We were voting on them, and basically we were selling to all the athletes to like get a shirt, promote it. And so that's how we kind of came about. And with everything going on, it's just like the community here is so close that we just want to make sure everybody feels comfortable in their own skin.
And I think in the club, are there 2 members from every team?
Yep, there are. From every sports team, there's 2 members.
Pretty cool. So you guys never came over to my shake shop to sell me one. What's the deal? You guys gonna bring one in the bed or what?
He's a sucker for fundraisers, I'll tell you.
I'm telling you, yeah. I don't know what's going on over there. They must be really rich over there at Minot State now.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Hey, you guys are awesome. I really look forward to watching you guys play this year. You guys know where I'm at. Make sure you guys bring a schedule in. We'll put it up on our wall there in the shop. I'll promote that for you guys when you're in there. When people are in there, I'll say, hey, we got some MSU hockey girls here.
Yeah, please, we need some fans.
You know, back in college, they called me greatest wingman on the planet. So if you guys come in, I will hook you guys up and try to get you guys as many fans as possible. And maybe Spainer will come out and do some interviews for you or something.
Absolutely. And girls, I'll tell you this. It's time to get over that hump, right? It's time to take it to the next level. It's a mentality. I swear you not, it's a mentality. I know you guys have the talent to get it done. It's a matter of getting those young bucks that's first time at nationals, and they sometimes get a little nervous, and all of a sudden you get down a goal, and all of a sudden they just get tighter. You guys just got to lead the charge, take it one shift after another, and just get that killer instinct, and let's get through it. Let's get
When
it
do
done.
you go to Liberty?
January.
Oh, that's one of the best college rinks in America, and it's unbelievable. They got $15 million from a donor, and then they got another $15 million from their president.
Is it a weekend event?
Yeah. So it's televised.
Yeah.
It'll be all big. What is it? The Big South Network, like 7 HD cameras. They got like 20 people to televise their ribbons, and it's unbelievable.
Okay, so
awesome.
if Spader were to make appearance at Liberty, win or lose, would you guys give an interview post game?
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Good. Well, good. Well, we're proud of you guys. Hey,
What's that?
I'm having the winning mindset, so there's no losing.
good.
No lose. No,
Absolutely.
no.
And it's not good enough for you to have it. You got to bring the rest of those girls on that ship and just keep on going. Because, like I said, your roster is absolutely deep. No excuses. Take charge, and I want to see. I want to see in that championship game, and you take on those. Let's end that streak. What is it? 5 years in a row now? Like I'm sick of that Liberty garbage. Like get through.
What's the time of year for nationals? What's the weekend? March.
Where is it this year? It's in Boston?
Boston.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
brutal. It's brutal.
Why couldn't it be in April?
I know.
Why do you mean in March? The Red Sox are down in Florida in March.
Yeah,
There's no Fenway in March.
Exactly.
You have a good chance of bringing me over there if it was, like it gets a little Fenway action.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, girls. We appreciate it. No excuses. Take care of business. Lead the charge and get those girls going right.
You guys are ballers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So, hey, here we are with the Beat Spainer Challenge, and we're going to pick it, the Bravera Workout Warrior of the Week.
Coming soon.
If you want to be the Bravera Workout Warrior of the Week, or you want to enter into the contest, make sure that you hashtag Bravera Workout Warrior. It's on all of my TikToks, and at Spainer and Riggs. And remember this, the top Class A school that posts the most gets $1,000 from Bravera for athletics facility renovations. The top Class B school also gets $1,000 for athletic facility renovations. The top male athlete that posts the most gets an interview with their best friend on the plane, on the Spainer plane. And the top female athlete that posts the most gets an interview with their best friend on the Spainer plane. So, let's rock.
Another great episode on the Spainer and Rig Show. It was great to talk a little bit of my favorite sport, hockey, and figure out what's going on with those MSU girls. I know they're going to come in and have a great season. You know what? Every one of these episodes, we have great interviews with local athletes and athletes around the state, watching where their paths go, where they're going to the next level. because we want to highlight those excellent stories. We want to make sure that you stay tuned to our next episode. We got a couple great ones coming up. Stay tuned for our next Spainer and Rig show, brought to you by the Dakotan.